Again guys, video number 2 for my Canon hilt walkthrough. This is my One Replicas V2, the super stunt version. So I picked this up directly from One Replicas on Etsy. I was looking at trying to find a Solos hold or a V2 from somewhere else, but at the time I just didn't have the money or the will to do a really complicated build. So I picked this one up and I absolutely love it. I was expecting it to be slim and skinny, which it sort of is, but it's still got a nice weight to it. So if I compare it to my Creepy Uncle Hero, the size is pretty much identical. It's just as thick. It's just as long. The only real inaccuracies, apart from a few sizes here, is the neck's a bit thicker. So this is totally dual worthy if I wanted it to be. So really good job on that One Replicas, because these super stunt hilts are awesome. So the hilt itself, in a LED, one switch under the clamp guard. Nice and simple. Again, Golden Harvest. Now, what I've got set up on this one is more connectors. So again, from Chaos Sabers, this is the Tri-Cree LED connector. Now I've had one pin go which I need to fix. This was the first one I did and I mucked it up a bit. So I will be replacing that at some point when I have the time. So that's, now the tilt does function without the LED on, which is what I find fun. So I can literally run it. That's just a sound box. Rather pointless, but it's good fun. So top end, pretty simple, standard setup, custom made blade plug to essentially mirror the Hero blade plug. No dinging on the emitter because, again, screen accuracy, I'm not particularly fussed about that. Now, the bottom end, nice screw-on pommel. So the chassis is a standard 1-inch chassis from Goth 3D, Shapeways. So it's got the 24mm speaker, recharge port, battery in the SD card now. This is my only hilt I've got installed, Canon or movie hilt, that's got a moving chassis with any moving wires. So I've got the port under here, the wires thread up here through the ports, and obviously the switch wire comes out here. So the initial challenge I had with this was the chassis didn't fit, but because Shapeways stuff isn't the cheapest, I drilled out the entire hilt up to about here to widen it by about, I think it was about 1.5 mm. So that fits there. The next issue I had was when I put the pommel on, the chassis fell down and the connection between the LED and the top of the chassis was no good. So what I did there is I've created this, if it's going to come out, there we go, this sort of lip. So this is just a machine piece of aluminium with some blade plug material on the bottom. So when this sits over here, it sits around the bottom end of the chassis and holds it in place. But it also, in contrast, sits against the threads here. So when you thread this all on, it holds the whole thing together, so there's no movement back and forth, up and down, and it keeps all connections nice and solid. This is a really fun hilt. That's all it is.